Today is October the 19th, 2015, approximately 12:09 in the afternoon here in Central Time, Charleston, Missouri. Some of you all seen this here paper before, where I was showing Tuesday, September the 15th, 2015, Mississippi Times newspaper, which is published here in Charleston, Missouri, showing Lester Gillespie for the Suzanne Wesley Family Learning Center to the far left. The next individual is next to him is Pastor Dean Wallace from the Shiny Light Outreach Ministry. Both of them right down the street from each other. They're on Marshall Street here in Charleston, Missouri. The guy in the middle is the Chief of Police, Robert Bobby Hearns. And the lady next to him is the director of the Suzanne Wesley Learning Center. The gentleman right next to her is a member of the Chief of Police, Robert Hearns, which he's the president of a 5K running club. My purpose of this, you all seen this paper before, but just showing the chief here with that check, giving that money away. While he focused on giving money away, he don't have finance to keep up the police substation in the black community here at 702 Vine Street, where there's no question or doubt there have been multiple murders, assaults, shootings. My house on October the 29th, 2015 was shot in 4 or 5 times. Still this very day, the police department hasn't came and retrieved the other evidence, which is bullet fragments, live bullet fragments in the side of my house on the outside. My purpose for this here to show you that he got, well, he had, since I made my YouTube videos, he had 13 new police vehicles, a new dog truck, and two of his vehicles was SUVs. But my purpose is to show you he didn't have money for this, but why him and the Lester Gillespie and some of these other people like Sherry Maxwell from the Lincoln University Sykes Extension are trying to silence me by any means necessary, and the police department assisting him, bringing me a expose on October the 14th, 2015, on the day that I made one of my last YouTube videos, exposing these same people on here, not the gentleman all the way to the right, because I don't know much about him, but why they trying to silence me. Here it is in the town, we having all this drug dealing. We have all these drug addicts, most of them working for Lester Gillespie in the Suzanne Wesley Center and working for Sherry Maxwell from the Lincoln University. Don't take my word for it. Give most of them a drop that work for them. I'm saying, not saying all of them. Give most of them a drop or take a background check. Let's talk about my background, but let's look at his criminal background. He can't vote. I can't. But anyway, while they doing that, and all of a sudden here is the police department, not the sheriff department, but the police department serves me with the expose that Lester Gillespie had a judge that is the former attorney for the Suzanne Wesley approve for him, grant for him until we go to court on October the 27th. Supposedly, I'm trying to start a riot and some other things. But while they're doing that, trying to silence me, and I'm an activist in the community talking about stopping the violence, talking about white supremacists, talking about sellout blacks who's not trying to help the community, but getting this federal grant money. Look what they doing in the newspaper. Let's look and see what the sheriff department doing. I know everybody ain't gonna agree with me, but Sheriff, I thank y'all for getting this mess up off the streets. That's an AK-47 with a 50-round clip. All them drugs and other weapons there. The police department, they don't have time to do that because they study trying to silence an activist who's exercising his First and 14th Amendment right, freedom of speech, freedom of association. Something is wrong here. What is the housing authority getting paid for when they get stuff like this out of the projects? I'm not saying this here, but the other stuff they're getting out of the projects. What is Paul Page doing? The project, the Housing Authority has a big screen TV with cameras. The police department has big screen with cameras. But yet, the sheriff department, the FBI, and the state police, it seem like the only ones that's getting this stuff off the streets. While they trying to get me, an activist, been down here 19 years, and the only arrest I had, this man is holding that check. He was the lieutenant, the chief, falsified a police report. Look at that police report, any investigator, and you will see that he falsified on me like they trying to do now, silence me. But I thank the sheriff department for getting this stuff off the streets. I thank the FBI and the state police for doing their job. And I thank those police on the Charleston, Missouri Police Department that are doing their job, which is about maybe 2 or 3, could be more, but it's not the chief and none of his high-ranking individual. This same AK-47 you seen, the sergeant on September the 12th pointed one of those at me, saying that I was refusing to comply to move back. My camera in that video would show different. I'm just showing y'all what's going on here in Charleston, Missouri. So, you know, if they try to silence me in any means necessary, we see they're not doing their job. But the sheriff department and the feds and in the state police is, Missouri State Police. Thank y'all.